Going live. I'm so live. I'm so live. Look at me. Hello, how are you? Hello, hello. About to shape up my mustache. So I thought if anybody wanted to jump in and see how I shape my mustache, I'm going to be doing it today with the Death Grip Test Wax. This wax is supposed to come out, I think, in the fall. I have been one of maybe a handful, if not a dozen, who were asked to give it a try. I've used it probably 4 times. Hello, how are you? But I'm going to be shaping with the Death Grip Test Wax live. I will try to take questions as they come through, but I thought maybe you guys would be interested to see how I do it. So basically, I'm armed with the wax. I have my Death Grip comb and basically a paper towel. That's all you need. Usually wear yours walrus style. Oh, that's awesome. Mine's a little long for walrus style. But yeah, so I'm going to do a live shaping. I have not done a live shaping with this mustache wax yet, but it is a test wax. As you can see, it's written on the bag. It's starting to disappear. From Death Grip Wax. This should be coming out, I believe, in the fall. So far, this has been a really good wax. I've used it about 4 times. I have their Old Country, their Sudden Death, and their Death Grip, which I call Extra Strength. But this kind of falls in. If I had to classify where it falls in, I would say it's as far as application, hold, all of that stuff is in between Old Country and Sudden Death. It definitely has a little more beeswax in it. You can feel. I'll thump it so you guys can see. That's the firmness at room temperature, and you can tell I've already dug in a little bit. So at room temperature, I'm going to scrape out a little bit, as I normally do when I show you guys. Get it on the finger, and if I press it together, you can see it's got a little stick to it. Reminds me of Old Country, but as you start to spread it around, it definitely becomes a little more pliable. And then you would have to wait for it to come back to that room temperature consistency to be a little more firm like this. But what I have found really works well for me is I don't spread it a whole bunch between my fingers. And I've been pleasantly surprised at how well it allows me to shape it while I'm putting it in. Other mustache waxes I've used, I kind of have to put a little bit in, bend it back a little bit, wait a little bit, put a little more in, bend it a little bit, and this, and I'll demonstrate. But yeah, so growing your beard at 48 years old, congratulations. I grew my real first big beard at like 45, so my facial hair did not come until later. So once again, I'm going to do a live shaping with Death Grip Test Grip Wax. I don't believe it has a name yet, and I believe it will be coming out in the fall. Let me see. I was trying to see if I could make Death Grip a moderator so they could go in and answer questions. But Death Grip is on right now, so if you throw out a question, they should see it and they could answer. I don't know the recipe. I don't know exactly all the ingredients in here, and that may be proprietary until it comes out. Anyways. All right, so here we go. The only thing I've done so far is I just got out of the shower. I shaved. And of course, I gotta give a shout out to this. I was very surprised. This is the Death Grip shave oil. I use this every time I shave. It has tea tree infused in it. It's got a wonderful aroma. I use this every time I shave, and this is wonderful, great for the skin. And I'm surprised it's not a huge seller. I love the packaging. So that's enough on that, right? You guys didn't tune in to watch me talk about shave oil, but it is good. Anything that is handcrafted, you can use 20 Elliott through their Amazon store in order to save yourself 20% off. So once again, this is the Test Grip Wax by Death Grip. Now, almost all waxes suggest that you scrape out about the size of a pea. I use a little bit more. I've been doing this about 2.5 years. And I found that with this wax, it works a lot better for me if I just put it in a little bit, just smush it a little bit, and start applying. I'm going to apply from the middle and go outward. And what I do is I'm taking my fingers and I'm trying to keep the hair aligned, right? There's some guys out there, they try to twist their hair end at the end. I don't like to do that. My style, I call it pinch and slide, and I'll basically put it in and I'll pinch it, and then later I'll kind of slide my fingers like this and bend it back towards my ears. That helps me combat the front of the mustache tipping forward. So as you can see, started in the middle. I'm going to grab a little bit more than what I had in there. So I had that much, but I'm going to add that to it. So just a little, and I'm going from the middle outward. I like to really start at the middle. I got away from it for a while. And I've gone back to it, and it's given me better results. Reason is, I know throughout the day, as I breathe, this hot, warm air will hit this entire area right through there, and it'll start to break the wax down or at least loosen it. So I've been trying to go back to getting it right here in the middle and work my way outward. But that was 2 scrapes that I use, and already my mustache is starting to firm up and get a pretty decent hold. And that's what excites me, is when I first started using this, I was like, wow, I mean, that's the other side, and look at that. That's already starting to firm up, right? The good thing about this wax and Old Country that I've used is later on, if I have to run a comb through, it'll kind of not pull itself back together, but I can pinch it back together relatively easy. Gives a great look. I have worn this wax when it's been above 90. I've worked out wearing this wax, and I have been very happy with the outcome at the end of the day. So one of the things I also try to talk about is keeping your hands clean. As you're applying wax and you get a residue on your fingers can become tacky, and that can mess it up. As you're putting it in, your fingers can stick to the hairs, and as you pull away, it can start to part them. So definitely keep your hands clean. So I'm saying so quite a lot. I don't know if I'm a little nervous. Death Grip is watching. I'm not nervous. No, I'm not nervous. But so now I'm going to start in on this side, which is my right side. You can see I have more than a pea size. I'm going to put it over here on the left hand. I'm only going to squish it a little, and I'm going to start right in the middle and try to get the hairs here and up here. I found later on that those tend not to have as much wax as I would like. So that's why I give it a little extra attention in the beginning. Definitely getting those hairs. And as I mentioned before, my fingers are running underneath. My thumb is pushing up because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep the hairs aligned. So I've already, I took a shower, shaved, then I took a blow dryer, blow dried it all back. And that helps because I try to blow it back this way because as you can see, like some of the hairs, they'll want to curve forward like this. So the more that I keep angling it back, the more I found it helps me combat them tipping forward. So look at that one. That one, I tip it back and it wants to go forward. So that's just something I have found for me. I think somebody said that their mom has a bigger mustache. That is awesome. You tell her to come out to Nationals in September, Scranton, Pennsylvania. I would love to see her on stage. She can compete against me any day, right? So that's another exciting bit of news for me anyways, is I got a special invite by MJ Johnson. If you don't know who he is, you can look up MJ Johnson Beard, and he has the world's most recognizable facial hair. He's been on the Steve Harvey show. He's been interviewed by ESPN. Basically, you probably have seen his photo, or when you search for beards, that pops up. Reached out to me, and I think I'm the only mustache person who got this invite. But in August, I'm going up to Scranton, Pennsylvania to be filmed while I do exactly what I'm doing here, to be interviewed. They're going to use that footage in their ad campaign leading up to Nationals in September. So I am super stoked to be a part of that, to get that special invite. It means the world to me, as some of you guys have seen in my other videos. I was basically a guy that stopped shaving in 2018, and here it is, I'm being invited to go out and be filmed while I make my mustache up for the ad campaigns for the 2021 Beard Team USA National Beard and Mustache Championship. So I'm pretty excited. All right, put a little more in on this side. One of the things I found too that has helped me before as I'm shaping is taking my time. I'm gonna put it in layers. And by doing that, going from side to side, it gives the other side a little chance to say firm up, right? Because I want it to be a little firm. That way, when I go back to finish shaping it, it's already starting to get a little bit harder and it's a little easier to work with. Now these fingers are sticky. This is what I talked about earlier, right? I had some wax on here, and as I go through, if I'm pinching, look, the mustache stuck, right? This is why I say you got to keep your hands clean. Another thing I would say is if you are just starting to shape your mustache, beard oil and wax do not mix. And by that, I mean wax is oil soluble. So if you put a bunch of beard oil in your mustache and then you try to put wax in, it's not going to firm up. It's going to stay like goopy, right? And so that can be super frustrating. I know it was super frustrating for me in the beginning. I didn't know. So I was putting a bunch of beard oil on my mustache, and within like 10 minutes, I was putting wax in, and I couldn't understand why it wasn't firming up. So definitely make sure your mustache is clean and dry. Do not put beard oil or beard balms in it. Doing a little pinch and slide. Sorry, there's a lot of questions coming on through here. I would love to go back and get to them, but the main objective for me right now is to shape, right? Because I wanted to show you guys this test wax as I'm putting it in before it's available in stores. I believe Death Grip earlier said October. And that's when it'll be available. I have all the Death Grip waxes. I absolutely love them. One of the main questions I get asked when I talk about wax, clean your hands, is what is my favorite? Well, they're all my favorite. And that's my preference. Your preference may be completely different than my preference. Hello, Germany. So I'm not going to go and tell you, oh, this is the best wax. Because even with the different waxes out there, it's your style, your technique, your preference, how you put it in, all of that. So I'm not going to go and tell you this is the wax for you. I say try a various assortment of waxes. And then you'll find that you have waxes for different styles of mustaches. You have a wax that you might use for a Hungarian. You might have a stronger wax that you use for an English or a Dolly. You may have a wax that you use for a closed curl, an open curl, and how you put it in, is up to you. Do you put it in the same way? Did you comb your mustache the same way? Did you prep the same way? And something you did 2 months ago may not work this month because the hair will grow a little bit different. It'll fall a little bit different. So I'm wanting to try to make my own wax nowadays. Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that. Brett Chrismer, who's here on TikTok and on Instagram and Facebook, that's how he kind of started. He started making his own mustache wax, and eventually he got so much of it at home. His wife was like, you need to start selling this. You got it everywhere. So reach out to him. I'm sure he's got tips and tricks that he might share with you. Death Grip, Can You Handlebar, Stash Salt, Canadian Redneck, Roy Bartovox out of Norway, West Swy out of North Carolina. So many companies out there that when I talk to them, the common thing I find between them and Death Grip out of Colorado is they have a ton of passion behind what they do, and it shows through their product. And once again, this is Death Grip, and I'm using the test wax. I'm doing a live shaping here. Scissors, yeah, I've done the scissors mustache. I'm not doing that today. I'm not sure if this mustache wax would let me do it and then hold it properly, because I would have to fold it and do closed curls. So I have not tried to do closed curls with this wax. Not saying it won't do it, but I just haven't tried it yet. Sorry, I gotta apply a little more wax and flatten this guy out. Trying to get some of these stray hairs like this little guy right here. Gotta get some wax on him. Quit my lip flapping and get to waxing, right? So another thing that I try to convey is there are no real bad wax days, right? And I haven't really had a bad wax. It's bad technique days, right? You change something, or you change your routine, you try to rush it, and that can cause you to pull your hair out on your head. It can be super frustrating. I've been there. But even a bad day is a good day because you learn something and you can apply it to the next time you shape. Or when you run into an issue and you're like, oh yeah, I remember last time I did this and this is how I fixed it. So it's, it's good experience. I've had frustrating days where I'm like, where's my scissors at? Oh my God, I cannot do this. This stuff is crazy. But then I remember I've had other bad days and I've pulled through it. And worst come to worst, what I would suggest is if you're having a massively bad day and you're like, I just don't know if I can do it, wash it all out. I've done that where I'm like, I'm just not feeling it today. Wash it out, put some beard oil in it, put some beard balm in it. I mean, heck, you can grab yourself some of the wonderful, like beard oil from Death Grip Vintage Grooming, put that in, then go and grab you some of their beard balm, put it in, and do a maintenance day. Can you yell chicken salad for chicken salad, man? Sure thing, man. As I see them, I'll try to do it. Somebody had some funny ones the other day, like Betty Humpter and stuff like that. And of course, I read them and said them out loud, and I'm like, okay, you got me. Oh, it's coming in. I'm trying to look in the mirror and then look in here, make sure that you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. I'm trying to flatten these guys out right here. Do a little open curl and still bend them back. But I wanted to definitely talk about this. So this part I have found is really cool. So far with this wax that comes out in October, if I'm right, Death Grip, is this Death Grip test wax. And as you can see, that's room temperature consistency, right? You're not seeing my finger go in no matter how much I push. So I know it's going to get firm once it comes back to room temperature. Is normally I put a little bit in and I run a comb through like this Death Grip metal one. Cool thing about this, you get wax on it, run a hair dryer on it, loosens it up, you can wipe it right off. So it's cool. But with this wax, I have found that I've had good luck not having to run a comb through. But the way that I've been able to do that is after the shower, get a hair dryer, blow dry it, and brush it, right? So you're aligning the hairs, you're training them to kind of go back. And then I take a comb through and I just double check and make sure that the hairs aren't like this, right? I want them like that. And as I apply it, I put my thumb underneath, push up, and I pinch. And what I'm doing is checking to make sure that as many hairs are in line as possible, right? Because if they twist up later on, if I need to run a comb through it and they're kind of twisted up, you could definitely snag and yank out. So straight from 1867. Well, I was in an 1862 bare knuckle boxing film, which hopefully comes out next year by Oddity Productions. My character was Jimmy Allen, who should have been the hero of the town because he took on the bully, which was Alexander the Brain. But in the scene, as I charged him, apparently he knocked me out with one punch. So I was on camera several times as an extra in the back, but I got to do a flashback where we had our tussle, and because that's what they said back then, is tussle. But I was just excited to be there. It was super awesome. Wonderful folks over at Oddity Productions. Alexander the Brain, look for it next year. They're gonna try to have it in the Sundance Film Festival. All right, I'm gonna get in a little closer. Now, what I'm doing is I'm grabbing a little bit. Let me get back to the shaping. As you can see, I have a good amount of wax in there, right? But what I'm going to do now is with a small amount is just try to add a little bit to the layering because I'm trying to build up on what I already have so that it'll hold it longer. Now I'm trying to bend this guy back. I don't want the ends to really fray out, and this guy wants to bend towards you guys, and I want him to go back, and I'm trying my best to combat it, but it may just happen regardless. All right, so now that I'm done on that side, I still say tussle. I say it every now and then. Scrap. You want to fight? You feeling froggy? What's holding you back? One of the things I used to say when I was in the Army is there's two things between us, and that's air and opportunity. There's two things holding you back. That's fear and common sense. Now get to stepping, right? You can use that. Yosemite Sam, no, not me. But if you want to see somebody that looks a lot like Yosemite Sam, go check out my friend Sir Stashlot, who I believe is at a competition today out on the West Coast. There's some big wigs out there. I saw Eddie Kimberling out there. The dude is amazing when it comes to his English mustache. He's got many championships under his belt, but I think he's been rocking the Musketeer lately. Oh yeah, this is coming in nice. What do you guys think? Is this coming in pretty nice? Right? This is all from a test wax, right? I applied no heat to get it out. I have not combed anything. Oh, thank you so much for the gifts. How long did it take your stash to grow? I'm at 32 months now, which is pretty awesome. Let me go through. Do I speak Spanish? No. I knew a few swear words, but, that's not enough to have a good conversation. So, looks great, Bob. Thank you so much. All right, let me go through and see if I missed a couple in here. I'm letting it set a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tiny bit more and just kind of go over it. And I'm basically just like building several small layers, which should hold it better. The cool thing about this wax too is you can put some in, put rollers in, and it holds really, really well. All right, let me see. I'm trying to go up. Can you say happy birthday to your friend? Is it Kylie? Either way, happy birthday. I believe it's Kylie. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday today. It's a beautiful Saturday. Enjoy the day. It is yours. You are the ruler of the world today, right? This is your day. Don't let anybody make you unhappy. So man from the 1800s meets 2021. That's right. Chicken salad. I said it again. Hopefully that works. Why are you a whole anime character? You mean Escanor? There's like 4 or 5. Apparently I look like. I'm going to try to do an Escanor cosplay. I've got a friend. I believe it's Speed Force Cosplay, who's here on TikTok, who I've offered to do some cosplay with them because I'm not very creative. I'm not very artistic outside of making mustaches. So I'm hoping I can get that together. I think it'd be really cool. Let me see. Is it with oil before? I did not put any oil in my mustache today because I was going to put wax in. Mustache wax is oil soluble. So for the different blends of wax, they do add oil in. Let me grab a different tin of my Death Grip mustache wax, and what I'll do is I'll read the ingredients. 100% all natural ingredients: beeswax, shea butter, coconut oil, and pine rosin. Well, why would they put oil in if the wax is oil soluble? They're trying to change up the consistency to meet a specific hold, like whether it's light, whether it's a medium hold, whether it's a strong hold, or an extra strong hold, right? I don't know how many drops they put in. I don't know how they do it. But when they do it, this is good stuff. Sudden Death is the wax I used last year before it was in the stores to win nationals, to be the 2020 Beer Team USA National Handlebar Champion. Doing an Escanor move. What? If I take my glasses off, right, I'm going to grow. And it is, midday. I don't want to swell up in here. Want to be besties? Oh, thank you so much. Okay, I see you, Mr. Monopoly. I don't have a monocle. Do not pass go. Oh, do not collect $200, right? So yeah, this was pretty awesome. I had a little bit of time to myself today on this Saturday. I thought, what better way to spend a little bit of time on a Saturday than with all of you folks here on TikTok doing a live shaping using a test wax, right? So that you could see how I put it in. I don't think I've been putting it in for more than 20 minutes. That's one of the other questions I get, is how long is the average time it takes you to shape a mustache? Now, this is pretty much ready to go, right? If I don't say so myself, this is like almost competition ready. I got one little hair right there I'm going to tweak. But I wind up tweaking my mustache throughout the day. But here it was, within a 20-minute period, I took the Test Grip wax or test wax from Death Grip, made this mustache, and it's almost competition ready. Of course, I would be tweaking it, double checking it, looking for symmetry. This side looks like it's a little thicker through here, so I would go through and pinch it down, which would then pull this part forward. So if I start tweaking it, I'm gonna like wind up pulling it apart, and I'll have one part going up, one part going down. So sometimes you got to understand, you're going to be your worst critic, right? You're putting your mustache together and like, oh man, it looks like crap. Somebody else might say it looks really cool. We were out to dinner the other night, and there was a family going to, we were at Sakura, so teppanyaki, where they set things on fire and throw food at you. It's awesome because I always catch the food. But there was a mom who had like her 6 or 7-year-old daughter, and as she walked by, the daughter's like staring at me, right? So I went over to the table and I had brought up a photo and I showed Mom. I said, is it okay to show your daughter? And I said, this was, I think, one of the coolest mustaches I ever made. And I showed her a favorite of mine, which was Scissor Mustache. And she was super excited. So, hello, buddy. How are you doing from Iraq? Oh, yeah, I am from the USA. Hello, Iraq. All right, let me see. Don't you ever have the impulse to shave it off? So, I joke a little bit. Sometimes I've gotten frustrated and I've gotten the scissors and threatened my mustache and said, you either work with me today or you're coming off. That's how it's going to go today. But I don't plan on shaving it off right now. And that's been a question I see quite often. And I don't take any offense to it. But I have nationals in September. I'm going on a photo shoot for the ad campaign for nationals, which will be seen worldwide. I think I'm the only mustache guy handpicked to be with like 6 facial hair legends to be filmed as I do what I just did here for their ad campaign. I have Worlds in 2023, so I don't have any intention on shaving it off. It would be silly for me to shave it off now. Now, with that being said, I will shave it off for one of 2 conditions, right? And I made a video about it. If I suddenly get to 10 million followers, I will shave it off. That's right. I don't care if it's the day before nationals, right? I will shave it off if I get to 10 million followers on September 10th, right? Now, what's the second way I would shave it off? In my bio is my PayPal account, right? Mustache Shirt. When I made the PayPal like a year ago, I was trying to send a shirt to a buddy in Australia. He wanted to pay me, so I made it, and easy way to remember it was Mustache Shirt. So that's my PayPal account. If my PayPal account gets to 5 million US dollars, right? That's 5 million US dollars. I will shave it off. But the bonus would be, if it gets to 5 million US dollars, I will find one lucky follower out of the, 185,000 followers I currently have, or whatever it is at that time. I will select them, fly them out to wherever I'm at, and I will let them shave it off. We will do it live. I'll get recorded video. If it's the day before nationals, it'll be hard to get that person out there. But if it's before Worlds, I will set it up so that we can go to the world stage in Auckland, New Zealand in 2023 and have them shave it off at the end of the competition in front of everyone, have it televised, have it broadcasted. They will be immortalized by shaving off my mustache, right? So those are the 2 ways I will shave off my mustache. 10 million followers, 5 million US dollars into my PayPal account, right? Doesn't hurt to put it out there, right? If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm no poor by putting it out. But if it happened, you can guarantee that with 10 million followers, I'll shave it off, or 5 million US dollars, I will find somebody to come out and help me shave it off. So, but I don't take offense. I see people, hey, Sir Sassalot, are you at the competition? So, yeah, I went live to do a test grip, death grip live shaping to show everybody kind of how I put it in with this wax that's going to be available in October. About to go on the road, headed to the competition. So we will not be doing our dual live where we share a beer on Saturdays. Myself and Sir Stashlot, musical genius. I love that slide that you do with the guitar, brother. He is competing tonight in the partial beard category. Let's send him all the love that we can. I believe he put out a video and said that he's going to try to broadcast as much as he can or shoot some videos as much as he can, and he'll have more of a compilation tomorrow. So if you want to know what it looks like at some of these competitions, go over and give Sir Stashlot a follow right now so that you can keep up with the videos that he's putting out later. I wish you best of luck. As always, man, your stuff is always rocking, but I know sometimes some fierce competition comes up, but we don't do it for the winning. For the most part, it's the brotherhood, it's the raising money for good causes. Most of that stuff goes to charity. Nationals, all the money went to a food bank. All right, man, definitely. Sir Stashlot, maybe we'll get together tomorrow night, share a beer, and you can regale the story of the competition. You be safe on the road, and we'll check in with you throughout the day and see how it's going. Well, what do you guys think? So, I think it looks pretty good. I'm trying to look at my phone, which is not as good as looking in the mirror. But like I said, 20 minutes of putting it in with a test wax, which I've been wiping it. I'm sorry, Death Grip, I kind of wiped it off. I'll have to write it on there later for other people to know. But 20 minutes, this wax, look at this, look at this. It is holding up well. I have worn this all day to work when it's been like 96 degrees out. I went to the gym, huffing and puffing, ate some spicy food. And if you've ever seen me eat, it's like throwing things in a wood chipper. So, and it's held up pretty well. Death Grip, this gets my seal of approval, right? What are we going to call it? We're going to call it the Elliot wax, right? Is it going to have a beautiful picture of this mug on it? I got a picture if you want to use it there, Death Grip, right? Limited edition, huh? The Elliot wax, limited edition. I don't know. We'll see. But I was very pleased with Sun Death when it came out last year. I won nationals with it from Death Grip before it was in stores. I don't know, Death Grip. If I can keep pulling off some mustaches like this, I might take this to the stage. Like, look at this. I can just quickly shape it. Got a beautiful, almost Hungarian-like mustache. So I'm pretty happy with it. If you haven't already, give Death Grip a follow. This is their test wax. I did a live shaping for you guys. I should probably get off of here, go get something to drink, stuff my face. You don't get to be, 208 pounds by skipping a lot of meals. Look at that. Look at those claws. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, anyways. All right. Yep. Thank you guys all for jumping in and watching. Thank you guys again for all the likes, the follows, the comments, the shares. I truly do appreciate it. I want to do something special for when I hit 200,000. Maybe, Death Grip, we could talk about something at, maybe at 200,000, we can do some giveaways, right? I don't know. So yeah, Death Grip wax is the absolute best for your mustache. It's one of the better choices that you have out there. So anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching me shape with this test wax. I truly do appreciate it. Give Death Grip a follow. Follow Sir Stash a lot. He is competing today. You'll want to check in on his videos, especially if you want to see how it is out there. Maybe you're starting to grow some facial hair and you're like, I don't know if I'd like to go to a competition. Well, now you can see what the in-persons are like. It's supposed to be a lot of fun. Let me get off of here. I love you all. Thank you very, very much. I hope you enjoy your Saturday. I'm Bob. This is Elliot Norris, my Death Grip Test Grip Wax Mustache for this Saturday. You guys have a wonderfully bearded day. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye. Bye now.